Okay, here we are with Monday's stream and the randomized Pokemon Heart Gold. Hopefully everyone is okay. Hello, Susie. You know the drill. No, I thought that was a hidden. I am. I'm gonna have to. Oh jeez, more stuff. There's a Susie. I said there is a Susie. Well, a load of packages. Ah, so there's Susie finally.
Yep.
So, how is Susie?
Tired and headachy.
What about kitties?
Daisy's on my bed.
Okay.
And Poppy's outside.
Oh, Pops.
I know.
You disappoint me, Pops. So, what's Susie been doing today?
Sleeping. A lot of sleeping. Quite a lot of sleeping. And I think more sleeping.
Shit, cold. Double team.
How was your day today?
Just slow. Shockwave from what it means. Dark Pulse, I believe that is. Flash. There's no Melo. The dog's accuracy. So Flash Cannon. High damage and sleep. Wake up slap. Defense order. I was confused. Psybeam, I believe that one is. Vice grip. Flatter. Perfect. Gunk shot. And oh, I cannot remember what that one's called. Come on, get to the stairs. So, what is Susie up to tomorrow?
Sleep, sleep, sleep. Dark Souls. Sleep.
Quite a boring day.
Yeah, it's quite an active day. Very active.
Susie should play with kitties.
What if they come downstairs? They always are upstairs asleep. They have the same schedule as me.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. it's their schedule.
No,
is-
because they have breakfast and dinner.
Apart from that,
So they
they
have
weren't too bothered when I did dinner earlier because I was calling their names. We were calling Wendesdays and none of them would come.
Did you go to check on them?
Yeah, they were fully awake, looking right at us. Oh no! Hold on, be right back.
Oh, Susie, 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 Susie. Okay, I can go that way. I thought I couldn't at the minute. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. Get it. Go. Okay, that should be it. Oh, we get a Pokemon cut and surf. But I want to take part in the eating contest. Itch. Okay. Tool flip there as well. Typical medicine. They're not going to be them though. That's going to be randomized Pokemon I get from that, I believe. Come back and pick up one of them in a bit, because we'll need one. Oh man, so hopefully everyone had a good weekend anyway. I kind of spent yesterday really unwell. That's why I didn't even post up a notification of no stream, because that's how bad I was. But, oh well, at least I'm fine today. Really, this house is worthless. Fudge. Well, we'll go get another badge in a moment. I just need to reset the game. Typical. Man. Oh, okie dokie. Okay. You. Okay. Okay. Quick save this. Oh man, stretchy time. I hate the fact they make you use waste team space. Oh well, at least we can take on these trainers and work our way through. Wow! I mean, this is impressive. The randomizer made the grass gym a grass gym. That is something special. I just... Yep. I don't know what to say. Other than I feel like we're kind of lost. Okay. Oh, okay, I'll stop that because that's a really bad bit of singing. I really don't do that well. Just gonna do little spinny spins. Maybe make them. I don't know. Cool, really cool. Yeah, we'll use Zenith. Sorry. Wait, really? Everybody's missed the first time. I call shenanigans. And other things.
I'm back.
Hello. So, Susie, you will not believe this.
Okay.
The randomizer made
Yes.
what is normally a grass gym a grass gym.
No way!
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, there is 16 gyms in this game.
But still, wow.
Odds were that... I mean, yeah.
1 to 16.
But yeah, this is the first gym we've had, which is the same typing as it normally would be.
Amazing. Also, there's a Pokemon.
Yay!
Who's a good little Pokemon?
Hi, Pop Pop.
Come here, girl.
Pop Pop. Hello.
No, she held up my hand and she walked right by it.
Oh.
That's what I consider rude.
Really, game? Keep making these arrow blasts miss. There we go.
So what you up to tomorrow?
Don't really know.
Oh.
Other than doing Dark Souls with a tater later.
Yeah, that sounds just about right.
I know, I've got to get rid of them.
Oh, but what have they done?
I thought you wanted to be thrown into a volcano.
I do, but touche. Touche indeed. God damn it.
Oh, it's so good. I was able to throw. What?
Poppy's trying to get underneath the duvet again.
Yay! Quickly get a picture as she's trying to do it. I want to see her trying.
No.
She given up.
Oh, she's underneath now.
Aww.
You can stay there, Pop.
Oh boy, so... Yeah, what's Susie going to be doing next?
What, today or?
As a whole?
I'm gonna be shiny hunting on Pokemon Sword for the meantime.
You're going to be able to help me with raids then?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go back to trying to build up a load of watts so I can try and get a good ditto.
Alright, deal. I'm just trying to get shiny Mimikyu and then I'm probably gonna...
Yeah, well you know I want to try and get at least a 5 perfect
Yeah.
ditto because that's the maximum number of IVs that can be passed on
Okay.
when you have the right item equipped. So yeah, I want to make certain I've got a 5 IV ditto, so then it's only one stat I'm having to worry about being random rather than 3. Because if it's
Yeah.
not 5 perfect IVs, I'm not going to want to equip the item that passes on IVs.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, probably after you go to bed, I'm gonna do some Xenoblade.
Susie should go to bed too.
No,
Yes,
Xenoblade. I mean,
Susie.
I'm already at the World Tree.
I do think my brother is considering getting definitive.
Yes.
I think I've been trying to persuade him.
I'll try and persuade him later if he joins.
Well, it's like, I've been doing it in the right way because like he's been wanting these sort of larger scale games because he's really been getting into Skyrim. So I've said like with Xenoblade coming out, well, in theory this year.
We could always do the segue lead up chats. So like I could bring in item thing in Xenoblade 2.
Well, I've said to him like,
Yeah.
well, what I basically said to him is like, maybe yeah, get going with the original and then pick up like if he doesn't want to spend too much on just getting both games, then like he can pick up Xenoblade 2 from CEX, and then just I said definitely buy the DLC pack.
I honestly have no idea why I left buying that DLC so late.
Yeah, I mean, especially given how much value you get out of that, you're getting an entire second game plus just a load of extras for the main game.
Quests, blades, rewards.
Just a load of rare items.
Oh, I successfully did Poppy Buster yesterday.
Yep.
So I'm now...
Oh, just wait until you get Poppy Buster's maximum power move.
Oh god.
When you pull that off, because that is just awesome. Initiating self-destruct sequence.
I remember when you actually did that.
Yeah. I know, I couldn't believe that was her. That was the, max. That's the. I can't remember how you triggered that
Level
one.
4?
Yeah. Yeah, that is the level 4 one. That was just like the whole. Wait. They blow themselves up for their level 4. It's hilarious at the same time.
Yeah. But now I'm like double working on getting blades.
Yeah, because
apart from a certain pocket, I refuse to go that far in Tiger Tiger.
What?
I refuse to go that far in Tiger Tiger or Poppy.
Oh jeez, yeah, that's the most annoying one.
Yeah. I mean, everything else with her is complete. It's just the Tiger Tiger bit.
And the annoying bit is, because they, in the New Game Plus, you can disconnect a character's signature blade. You can't do that with Tora.
No, you can't.
Because Poppy is the only thing he has. And that's what's so annoying about that. You can't send Poppy off onto quests. Yeah, onto blade missions in order to blade jobs, in order to get points to fill that up. Which that would have been so helpful.
It would have. I mean, I've been sending some of the blades that I've unlocked onto the missions. And they come back with some things unlocked, and then I'm buying the knock-on roll thing, leveling up.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. But like, yeah, such a quick way to get them all maxed out, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not fully done, but it's a start. And apart from Shulk and Fiora, I'm missing Mikhail and...
Well, you'll be missing Elma as well.
She doesn't show up.
I think you have to do the Shulk one first.
Oh.
You have to do with Shulk and Fiora first, and then Elma's there.
Because what I mean by that is the fact that, you know when you can see what blade you're missing, like the blade screen? I have Mikhail, I can never remember the other... Petroka.
And Elma would be on that. If you like, if the Shulk and Fiora show up on that screen.
Yeah, Shulk and Fiora.
Yeah, so Elma will be on there as well.
But the thing is, she isn't for me.
That's. Have you not gone into the challenge mode yet?
I haven't gone to the challenge mode yet.
Yeah, like she should be there because.
I don't know.
Because that, I mean, maybe you're just not recognising the silhouette.
No, I've only got 4 silhouettes. Mikhail, Petroka, Shulk, and Fiora.
That is weird. Because it should be that. Because it should be there. There should be an Elma there.
Oh well.
Unless let's say they never did put her in, which is weird. Maybe check through all the things again. Susie.
Mm-hmm.
I say check through all your blade bits again, just in case you have missed it.
Yeah, I'm just looking. She was over after defeating her during the challenge battle otherworldly fighter. Okay. That's just so
Yeah, because as I say, that was the whole thing with the challenge mode, was to be able to get Shulk, Fiora and Elmer.
I mean, I have... Let's get Elmer and Corvin. Well, I have Corvin. Or do I have Elmer and I just don't...
Then you had to have gone into challenge mode.
I haven't gone into challenge mode, though. I'm confuzzled, games. What are you doing? I'm not actually gonna have to investigate. Ugh. Oh, Mimikyu hunting.
Yay, Susie's broken.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, heck.
What?
Just look.
Oh, what the shit? Whoa! Kirafina!
Yep.
Is it too late to run?
I can't, it's a trainer battle.
Good point. Is it too late to roll?
Nope, because Giratina lives in the shadows. Oh boy. Yeah, the other thing my brother's thinking of getting maybe, possibly might get Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Well, again, I've been trying to persuade him a little bit because he does like the Fire Emblem stuff, so...
I think he would definitely like it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said, he might get some enjoyment out on the Fire Emblem aspects in it. And even though he's been... Well, because obviously I'll be... When I leave, I'm... Whenever, well, my Wii U is packed away and whatnot, he might get a Wii or Wii U. I've said, well, you might as well just buy it on the Switch because you get extras. So.
You mentioned that, and right now he's just gone into Skyrim.
Hmm? Well, he bought it as one of his first games. He's only sort of just started playing it. I mean... So... And like I said, as he's been a fan of Fire Emblem, like that... A weird crossover game might be something he might get interested in. So... you're gonna love the fact there's more Barry in the game.
Okay, there's Elma.
Oh, you found her?
Yeah.
See, I said you might have just been missing.
I might have just been missing her and not even looking, or when I was looking at the blade list, I was in bed and couldn't notice the question mark on my bed. That could be it. I don't know.
Susie.
Yeah.
Susie needs to get a better life.
No.
Yep, Susie needs a better life.
Nah.
Oh wow, Aggron and Bulbasaur. That's a combo you don't want to meet in a dark alley. So what are kiddies doing at the minute?
Sleeping.
Are they both on the bed?
Pretty much one way or another.
Why you say one way or another?
Well, Daisy's asleep on top of my duvet, and Poppy's asleep underneath my duvet.
They're still on the bed.
Yes.
Because I would say, you know, if Poppy had gone into your mattress, then she's in the bed. Oh, fudge.
Dialga?
Yeah. This place is not. This place is really, really dangerous. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. That's not going to slay that thing. I am error. I am error. Hear me, error. An error has occurred. Please restart your system. Honk. Where are the Wooloos when we need them?
Get back onto Pokemon.
Simple answer. They didn't exist yet. Rain Judgment! Even though I know it's not going to do much damage, I still feel just... That is a... Yeah.
I forgot that one of your Pokemon came with the God.
What?
I forgot that one of your Pokemon came with God. Well, not. Oh no!
Susie, you're too far away from the microphone.
Bollocks.
What was Susie saying?
I forgot that one of your Pokemon came with, was it one of the God moves? Something like
Well,
that?
well, Judgment is
Randomized.
the move of the gods. Well, the god of Pokemon, yeah. Oh, look at what this is.
Also a Chef Max.
Yeah, but note again what has come out.
It's gonna cook you up a Dialga. Dialga.
This is just Oh yeah, Susie.
Yes.
Have you seen what's coming out this weekend? Well, going up on pre-order this weekend.
I have, and my bank account is crying.
I mean, you could just go for the book.
I mean, the set will be, well, the figures will always be there. But the book I can probably get.
Well, the collector's edition is the one that's obviously gonna... Oh, great! Look what they're sending out next.
Register. Yeah, just send in all the legendaries and no, not legendary. Yeah.
Yeah, bets on that they're sending out Heatran as their last Pokemon. Because that's a steel type legendary.
Oh my god.
Or they send out a second Registeel or Dialga. Oh no, Jirachi is an option as well. Ah! I called it! I called it!
What they're sending out? Heatran, oh.
Damn this trainer! 3 legendaries! And Heatran's a Pokemon that, obviously up until this generation, was a fairly common sight in the meta for tournaments, from what I understand, so... Damn. Now that's just... That is brutal.
That is pretty brutal.
Okay, here's something a little more easy to deal with. But yeah, the new Sisters stuff just looks so good. I cannot wait. Plus, like, yeah, the fact they're putting out the model that I really want from the Sister stuff this weekend. The big procession, the funeral procession. That model just looks so good. Then we've also got the the Battle Sister box and the Retributors.
Just look absolutely gorgeous. And
Yeah. There was a cool article up today talking about the development of those kits. And the Retributor models, their weapons are designed to go on to the basic Battle Sister.
Yeah.
Well, most of them. There are some where it doesn't work out so well, but most of them you can get the weapons from the Retributors on. And then same with the squad leaders. The arms are designed to be compatible with each other, so you can put different gear on the squad leaders even if they don't have it in their box. So yeah, I cannot wait to get my hands on them. And
I wonder if they start doing the start collecting.
start collecting won't be out for a while.
Yeah, I already know about that.
It'll probably be like Christmas.
I mean, if they do, that'll be something I'll definitely buy. Because I do really
Yeah, well, like I say, I think they'll probably just transfer the models that were in the, so I guess what you could call the preview box. Because they were all on the sort of like easier to build design.
Yeah.
Bit like what's the new Chaos Marine and Primaris Space Marine boxes are.
Yeah.
Plus, apparently, Age of Sigmar, they've done that in as well for a couple of them.
Oh, sweet.
Again, because it was two armies that were in one box together, and they just took them and put them in starter set start collecting boxes.
Yes, actually, I saw that when I went onto the Games Workshop website. It was on the main page. I was like, that's actually pretty damn neat. And it
Well, it's a
looks
good way of reusing those sprues.
Yeah. It is honestly pretty cool.
And it helps with the whole idea of these are meant to be like the introduction boxes to those armies.
Yeah.
So you do have like some easier to build versions of those kits.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see the like preview box being the models from it being repurposed for start collecting. I mean, maybe we'll see it like summertime, if because they sometimes do that. I don't think they're going to I think they know they're going to want to get that people are going to want start collecting sisters.
Oh yeah. Because as soon as that pops out, that is a pre-order instantly for me. Especially if they do it like they did with the Chaos Space Marine and was it Ultramarine?
Yeah, well, it's not just Ultramarines, it was just Space Marines in general.
Yeah, because they put the Codex in.
Oh, yeah, well, bear in mind, sisters, it won't be. Oh no, that's just a quick order thing.
Ah.
It's not actually a standard retail thing. It's just they do that occasionally with like some, like release waves. They do like mail order exclusive quick bundles.
Yeah.
It's not saving any money if you bought the stuff in it separately. It's just a quick way of getting it all in your shopping basket quickly.
Yeah.
Save going and being like, yep, order this, go find the next bit, order that. Yeah, it's just a way of getting everything quickly.
But yeah, that's definitely how I would order.
You're not going to try and pick up a codex earlier?
Nah, I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I mean, I might. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Well, like I say, you'll obviously only have this weekend to get the collectors.
Yeah.
And those are probably going to sell quick.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, given how quickly that box set sold out for them. I mean, that was gone in under 5 minutes. Yeah, this is going to be a big thing. But yeah, because so this weekend it's Battle Sister box, Retributors, and then the Triumph of St. Catherine for the models.
Yeah.
We still have the Seraphim, Pentient Engine, the other named character, 2 tank boxes, the medic, big icon, the one with the speaker, and a generic commander box. So there's not and the Archophalegant. So there's still 10 more, 11 more because they have their bit of terrain as well, which is just a statue.
Neat.
So they've got at least 11 other kits still to come out. Actually 12 because there's 3 tanks. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot for the sisters still to come. So I think that's all of this month now used up.
Sweet.
We might get Psychic Awakening 4 as well. But yeah, it's definitely looking good. But that's Shadow Sun model for Psychic Awakening 5.
I don't think I've seen it.
I posted the picture.
Oh, that!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a picture or was it a video?
I think it was a picture. Yeah, it was a picture. Is that the one where I commented on how lovely it was?
You didn't put a comment, but...
Oh, okay, something else.
But yeah, the new Shadow Sun model looks so good. And the best bit is now that, like, you've seen in your codex, like how named characters are usually attached to one of the subgroups.
Yes.
Shadow Sun isn't.
Oh.
You can use Shadow Sun in any Tau army. Except the Farsight Enclaves, because she hates Farsight. Well, that's what happens when he went when you go rogue from the rest of the Tau army. Because they are basically a splinter group. They're not part of the normal Tau forces.
Oh, damn, that is badass.
But yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, you did send this to me in a private message.
Oh, that was the leaked image I sent.
Yeah.
But then that's a better high quality image that I put on the Discord page.
No, that
But yeah, it looks so... The fact that you can use her in any Tau army and still get the army, you know, your little sub-fraction benefit is really cool. Because, yeah, not Abaddon can't do that.
No.
Gilliman can't do that. You know, because you take them in any other marine... Well, actually, in any other army, it's like, nope, you can't get your army-wide ability. You have to take them... You have to do them as a separate detachment and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like... Oh, yes. But even then, like with Gilliman, even though he's running the Imperium, his abilities are more focused on enhancing Ultramarines. Yes, he's got some abilities that power up Imperial units in general, but the bulk, like his best stuff is just, oh yeah, Ultramarines now get more powerful. Whereas, like you see with Abaddon, I believe most of his stuff is geared towards Black Legion.
It is.
Now, maybe next codexes they'll change that for the two of them, because they're like the top characters for the Imperium and Chaos. Because, like, yeah, Shadow Sun is one of the top ones in the Tau. Because she is their military commander. If you want to realise, like, how important she is to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really think. There's a couple of others, like an Eldar character. Well, Eldar have the you need setup for being different. Orcs, don't think it would necessarily work because of the way they are. Tyranids, it won't work, which by extension means Genestealer Cult. Obviously, like, all Astra Militarum and any other Imperial thing could all just come under Gilliman. Unless they introduce more Primarchs.
There is one thing about Abaddon, is the fact that he is kind of the backbone of the Black Legion.
Pardon?
Abaddon is pretty much the backbone of the Black Legion.
Well, he is their commander.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably make Black Legion armies that work with that don't need him.
Yeah, you could actually.
But yeah, if look, you're doing Black Legion, you basically are going to take him. That's the sort of thing.
So,
yeah, no, I'm just saying that's basically what's going to happen if you do that. It's a bit like with Ultramarine armies. Very few people who play Ultramarines do not have Gilliman leading it. And if they don't, it's usually because the points or the power level of the game are not good, are not high enough.
Yeah.
So It's a bit like Thousand Suns and Death Guard.
Yeah.
Very rarely, when you're doing proper games, do you not see Magnus or Mortaron on the table.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Primarchs are that major. Yeah. But this is why people say the Imperium need another Primarch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was the thing about I saw from people's reports of Open Day at the big Q&A session. The person hosting it will immediately, first thing they said, please do not ask questions about things that are not on display today because we're not allowed to talk about that. Because in most Q&A sessions, like when I've been to events, people are morely asking about things for much further in the future.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I can't say a thing.
Yeah, I can understand why they're asking, which is fair enough.
But you can see why they're just like, don't waste our time with it.
Yeah.
Although apparently a few people tried asking it in clever ways.
Sweet.
Like, they sort of blend it into a question in regards to something that was on display. Or stuff that they were allowed to talk about, and they sort of, like, maybe carefully tied in, like, so with this thing, how's that going to play further down if we see more things like that? Because, like, one was to do with Shadow Sun's armour, is that going, is Shadow Sun's armour just the first of a new type of Tau battlesuit?
Yeah.
So they answered about Shadow Sun using it, but they wouldn't. But it was like, as for what the Tau developed going on, we'll just see how well it works out. So, yeah, people being clever as to doing the type of question that they said don't do. But it is sort of a fun thing.
Yeah.
To get. But yeah. So, here's something that I've been seeing a lot of people discuss.
Mm.
I mean, we had a little talk, obviously, towards the end of last year of what our game of the year was.
Yeah.
But game of the decade.
Oh, blimey. Oh, blimey. It's honestly a mix-up with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be between Xenoblade and Portal 2.
I believe Xenoblade was before, though.
2010.
Okay.
2011, I believe.
Hang on. But it was 09. Well done.
No, sorry, Portal 2 was 2011.
Oh, no, yeah, it was 2010. I'm just thinking of the original. Oh, that's because it was originally revealed 09. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2011 for Europe. So, yeah, I mean, that is a good call.
Well, those are my choices.
Yeah. Surprised you're not putting, like, Dark Souls or something in there. Because that is definitely a you thing.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah, Dark Souls. Well, Dark Souls 1 and 3. Sorry, 2. You have not exactly wormed your way into my heart like the other two have.
I don't think it wormed its way into anyone's hearts. Sorry, Susie's friend, but no. Nope.
Oh dear.
That game is a nope.
So yeah, that'll be 4 games for me. That'll be my top 4.
Yeah, I'll definitely then say Xenoblade.
Actually, I'll probably make it 5 then, top 5, because then I'll put Xenoblade 1 and 2. Portal 2, and then Dark Souls 1 and 3. Those will definitely be my games of the decade.
Yeah, like Xenoblade 1 is a really good call. As much as I didn't like Dark Souls to start with, yeah, I could see that. Breath of the Wild.
Oh god, why did I forget Breath of the Wild?
I mean, even Horizon Zero Dawn.
Actually, I want to put Skyward Sword in there.
Ooh.
That is controversial, I know. But...
I mean, as controversial as your friend would be declaring Dark Souls 2 one of the best.
But hear me out. Yes, motion controls. But it has a solid good story. Solid good characters, even though Zelda literally tries to kill you twice.
Hey, that actually makes her the best Zelda, apart from Tetra.
Admittedly, she is pretty badass. I won't lie about that. Zelda in Skyward Sword is an absolute yes.
On Susie's
the boss?
waifu list?
No, that's Link's. Honestly, one of the best. Oh, what's its name called thing?
I don't know.
Villains. Girahim is a pretty cool villain.
Yeah, Demise was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, Demise was a letdown. I won't lie about that. The final battle wasn't, but it just felt.
It felt like, look, we're doing a main Zelda game without Ganondorf. We need a Ganondorf.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, Demise is the beginning of Ganondorf.
No, but like, that's basically what it feels like, though.
Yeah. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful designs of the water, well, especially the water temple, the ancient system. I love the ancient system.
Yay for a temple that is basically a toilet.
Basically! But it's roughly designed around Buddha.
But still, the water temple. They know how bad the water temple is, so they made it a toilet.
I mean, considering there's a whole basement which is full of poison and zombie bokoblins. So, yeah.
Jeez.
Yes, Fi was annoying, but...
Your battery is low. Your battery is low. Your battery is low.
Oh god.
Oh, did I mention your battery is low?
Amazing music, I won't lie about that.
Shut up, Fi. I know the battery is low.
You watched Chugga's Let's Play of it?
Yep.
Yeah, I love Chugga's Let's Play of it.
I just how much he was losing it as well after she was getting on his nerves.
Yeah, there are downsides to the game, as in every time you come into the game and you pick up an item, the item detail for said item will pop up on screen, and you'll see it God knows how many times. I think that's my favourite thing about Chugga's Let's Play was that it was like reoccurring thing. What else? Side quests are actually pretty damn good as well.
I mean, obviously, I don't think we've really got one game, but I mean, like the 2016 Doom game was good. A sort of nice comeback for the franchise.
I mean, I can't really comment on that considering.
Yeah, I mean, like the Doom franchise sort of strayed with Doom 3. It sort of tried becoming this more narrative shooter game.
Yeah.
Which didn't quite work out so well. And just some of these other little choices, but yeah, Doom 2016 sort of went back almost to its roots of just gun things down. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, they inserted obviously more story around it, but because they focused on the just go and beat the stuffing out of the forces of hell. What more do you need?
Exactly.
Another thing I'm surprised you didn't bring up is Saints Row.
I was actually just about to talk about that. I was like, Saints Row 4. Good old Saints Row 4. It was. Apart from Saints Row 2, it was the first Saints Row game I properly played through.
Yeah, but Saints Row 2 was not from the last 10
No,
years.
it wasn't. But I fell in love with the franchise even more playing Saints Row 4. So I've got to thank Saints Row 4 there for that. What else?
Considering the development hell it kind of went through.
Oh, blimey, yeah. I'm actually not looking at my game shelf.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think back on my collection.
LA Noire. It was okay. As a game, I know some people hate it and love it, but for 2011, at the peak of motion capture technology, it was a damn beautiful game for this.
It's interesting because LA Noire is also. I was watching Jimquisition earlier.
Yeah.
Because he was looking back at like the most influential game of the last decade. And he brought up LA Noire as a game that was fairly influential because it was the first game to do a season pass.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that wasn't a good thing.
Forgot about that.
Because then games were carving stuff out and selling it to you as the season pass, and because like it didn't have to be like as he put in the thing. Being influential doesn't mean it had to be a good idea.
No.
You know, it's just what has had the biggest impact on the gaming industry. And he went through like loads of different individual games. Obviously, he brought up Dark Souls. Yeah, because it triggered an entire new genre of gaming. Because obviously he did mention like, you know, yes, Demon Souls came before it, but it wasn't Dark Souls is the one that got the public's attention.
Yeah.
It's a bit like how a couple of other ideas that came up. The game that he mentioned wasn't necessarily the original game that did it, but they're the ones that got it, you know, got the attention. It's like loot boxes, for an example. Overwatch, which is the game that popularized them, that was not the original because mobile games have been doing it for a long time at that point.
Yeah.
But it was the one that got the attention of it in the mainstream gaming industry.
I'm guessing also for like battle royales, I would have probably brought up Fortnite more.
Well, it wasn't really just. It wasn't for the battle royale genre, really. I mean, yes, he said that between that and PUBG. But no, Fortnite for the new money-making scheme that companies are going to, being the Battle Pass, which is, as he put, is basically just a glorified subscription service.
I coughed innocently into my hand.
Yeah, which he said, you know, he said on games like an MMO, that is fine, especially because most MMOs, you know, they're you know, because that's what the MMO uses to make money to keep their servers on. Or they have a microtransaction system there for people who are not subscribers.
Yeah.
I mean, I look to Star Wars: The Old Republic on that one, but yeah. And he is concerned about because obviously the Battle Pass is only sort of in its starting to catch on phase. It's, you know, how abused is it going to become?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be overly abused. I mean, there's one game I know that uses it, and I am not a big fan of them using it.
And that is
Rocket League.
well, but they took out the loot boxes for it.
But the point I'm trying to make is the fact that I find Battle Pass is okay if it's a free game. Because free games, you're basically playing.
Yeah, and that's the whole bit. Like Jim's brought up on things like microtransactions in the full price games, because they Like, again, they're no longer... You know, you're paying, as he put, obviously, 'cause being in America, $60.
Yeah.
But then they are just pushing you to spend all that extra money.
Exactly. It's not fair on you or your bank account.
Yeah, obviously, like, again, with the loot boxes thing, he obviously credits Battlefront 2 with being very influential with them, because it's the one that basically has drawn the attention to how bad they are for implementing gambling mechanics and stuff aimed at children. Although I believe Battlefront 2, hang on, because I can look on my shelf at its age rating.
Well,
It's 16.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, because it's got simulated violence. But still, obviously, like, how many people were going to buy it for their kid because it was Star Wars?
Quite a lot of people, the same reason. Well, we had this conversation, well, kind of conversation like this the other week when we were in Plymouth.
But yeah, like, how many parents know that their kids like Star Wars, just see that game on the shelf and not even pay attention?
Exactly.
Because they're like, oh yeah, my kid's got that console, that's Star Wars, they like Star Wars, I'll just pick that up. So not even the kid asking for it, they're just like, that will keep the kid quiet.
Pretty much.
And yeah,
Too
that's...
many people now do that these days, and it's actually kind of really upsetting. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, like I said, it was just an interesting bit. Like other games, I'm trying to think that are sort of I really liked in the last decade, and like I'm just thinking of games I really would just sit down and play again and again.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna add some redaction life into
Or even just games that I really liked that exist that came out the last decade. And I have to credit a franchise here that actually did influence a lot. And I think Susie might know what franchise I'm going to bring up.
And mate.
Alien.
I was actually going to mention Alien Isolation as well. No, look.
Hi, Susie's mum.
Oh, what says hi?
Give kiddies hugs. Yeah, actually, what year did? Actually,
2013, I think. Isolation game.
That's not what I was checking.
Ah, never mind.
Maybe it's a bit older, but yeah, Isolation's a good one. Oh no, 2013 was Colonial Marines.
2014?
Yeah, 2014. Year and a half later. I mean, that was a big bounce back for the Alien video game side. Because Colonial Marines highlighted some problems in the development side. And then Isolation just completely, I guess in a way, saved the Alien video game franchise.
Oh yeah.
Because, oh gee. And then there was Alien vs Predator as well. That game was another good one. Again, coming off the back of a really bad Alien game. So, yeah.
I mean, yes, Alien Isolation still terrifies me.
And think that came out in 2014, and it's still holds up today for its, atmosphere.
But I would still rate it as a really good game, because it's a sort of good game.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one review in its early days. It was being called the new Resident Evil. Well, because Resident Evil had moved away from its horror roots into, the more action shooter. If you know what I'm referring to.
I think so.
Like, well, because Resident Evil 4, it became more of a shooter than a horror survival thing. And so yeah, there were those more die-hard fans who wanted more of that, not the more combat-focused thing. Because yes, you still had combat in the older ones, but like it was, you had very limited ammo and, you know, supplies to use. I mean, look, you know, like look at the Resident Evil 2 remake. That's how Resident Evil was back in the day. So yeah, Isolation was sort of viewed as like its successor, along with, you know, a couple of other games that came out that did similar sort of things, but
yeah,
you know, it was sort of viewed as like a return to the actual survival horror, you know, typing. What other games were pretty major?
I want to say Mario Odyssey.
I know another game that was bad that can deserve credit as in like a highlight of the decade stuff.
Please, if it is what I'm thinking you're about to say, no, we shall not put its name here.
I was going to say Anthem.
I thought you were going to go for the other one.
Nah, because Anthem is a much more troubled game.
Anthem is honestly at the point of no return.
Which, again, I'm concerned about that because that means BioWare Austin is in trouble, even though it was BioWare Edmonton that screwed up. And they've just dumped BioWare Austin with the repair job. And BioWare Austin do a really good game.
Just... Oh, sorry, friend. My really hope they're having another case start of the year. If not, I'm sorry, friends.
Yeah.
I want to say Tetris 99.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't... Yeah, that's a really good one. Okay, we've got... Yeah. I'm just looking at the highlights now of the decade rather than... like, best games. Just like, yeah, just go for the highlights. And the lowlights.
Smash Ultimate literally brought a whole new...
Oh, that did so much for the franchise.
It did. I love the live video. I say live video. It's a video from the live reaction in the New York store of Nintendo store.
Yeah.
And of course, they do that every year.
Hold on, excuse me. Screw you, America, for having that.
Yeah.
Give us one over here.
I mean, if the Pokemon Center proved anything, it is us as a whole nation, and considering people
Europe.
Over from, well, Europe as well.
Europe needs it.
Yeah.
I don't care if you only open it in Germany, where the Nintendo headquarters for Europe is. Give us one in Europe.
Exactly.
Or at least set up a proper web store. Because the Nintendo web store that exists at the minute just doesn't do the stuff we want.
It doesn't. Remember I picked up the catalogs that we picked up at the centre?
Yeah.
I did the research just because I was like, how about these things for Christmas? I went, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind actually one of those for myself, or this for myself. Go on there, check the web store, it's not there. And I thought, this is false advertising.
Well, not just that, and like, they had it all written up with UK pricing, which was the crazy bit.
Exactly. I thought, I've seen this for sale on there, why aren't they here? Searching for everything. So yeah, I remember from the live video of the part where Kirby just falls from the sky and Life Flight starts playing and everybody in the room is screaming with absolute joy, and then chances, Kirby, 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 Kirby. It's just one beautiful moment that I don't think I'm ever gonna forget. Because even though you're not there, you can still feel the whole fan emotion from a load of people, which you feel the exact same. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna add Hitman 2 to that list actually. It was a big step up from Hitman, and then the previous Hitman games, which I have played through now. And they really, really put a lot of thought into 2. And plus rubber ducks. Just so. That's all I have to say. But no,
Unfortunately, I am going to address the elephant in the room.
Oh god, no, please.
And of course... Ow. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just still a little bit sore.
That's alright. Go on, say it.
Fallout 76. Oh boy, what a game to screw over itself.
What a game to basically ruin the franchise.
Yeah, I know, and like...
Fallout 4 was actually pretty damn amazing. I never played it, but I've watched many mods playthroughs or people playing through the game. It's actually pretty damn fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, New Vegas is still considered to be the best of the franchise, and you can see why a lot of people are loving the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Because it's done by the same people who did New Vegas.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something that it really is a showcase of what not to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that and Anthem.
It's Fallout 76 is the equivalent of when I'm not saying that the games are getting old. I'm saying what I'm about to say here is it's kind of like when a film franchise goes on for longer than it used to go. That's what Fallout 76 is. Because it's just completely just crapped on the entirety of the previous games that are actually pretty
And the funniest bit is, it is technically just Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Because the people who have hacked the game and just been able to put assets in that are in the game files, which are just from Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it even funnier. It's like, we can't have NPCs and other cool things that are known in the franchise. What's this in the game files? Don't look there. There's nothing to see behind the curtain.
Too bad.
Yeah. I guess we could say another game that's been major in the last decade is GTA 5.
Yeah, I actually agree on that.
For better or worse, let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
As much as, yeah, I do play it and whatnot, there are some decisions with the game I do not agree with.
I have a feeling I know what those are.
Yeah, but overall...
Especially the online aspect, considering the online aspect basically grows every year.
Well, yeah, it's just...
There's some things they do bring onto the online that I'm just like, you could have just, spent your time making it another amazing game, Rockstar. This is my one complaint with Rockstar. I love them to pieces. I absolutely... They make amazing games. But the main focus on GTA 5 for the last I don't know how many years, and then I say that and then Red Dead, but still. They no longer focus on single player games.
Well, you have to bear in mind, like, one key thing, GTA 5 is the highest grossing video game of all time. And it is constantly appearing up at the top of British sales charts. Which, that's the crazy bit in itself. It's often in the top 10.
Yeah.
Even in a decent amount of time in the top 5. And it's just crazy it's up there when you consider how old the game is. so... I mean, though, Rockstar might be focusing more attention now on Red Dead.
Yeah.
Now they've got Red Dead Online going. But the thing is, what are they going to do with the new consoles coming out? Are they going to... I can probably see them porting up Red Dead 2.
I can see them probably moving GTA. Maybe.
It's the question, are they do unless they're been working on GTA 6?
Yes. Which is something that we don't necessarily know.
Yeah, because they could have been putting a lot of that money they've been earning from GTA 5 into 6's development. I mean, it has basically funded GTA 6, 7 and probably 8 by itself.
When you think about it, I honestly think 5 is a good... how can I put this in a very, very lovely way? I think 5 is a good place to just be like, look, we've made an amazing game, we probably don't need to continue the GTA franchise. Or even that, or reuse old assets from GTA
No, I think
5.
they'd really want to work on something new.
Yeah,
I mean, look, GTA 5, though, remember, is technically a previous gen game.
it is actually.
So, it's been around for most of the last decade. I mean, again, what year did that come out?
2013? Random guess.
Ow.
I either want to say 2013 or 2012.
Oh wow, it wasn't even last decade, so I can't have it on this list.
Wait, when did it come out?
2008.
No way!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so okay, pull it off the list, because yeah, it's launched. It launched on the PS3 and Xbox 360 in April 2008.
No.
Yeah.
I went up to secondary school in 2008, and I remember that game coming out. Oh my god. No.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that, yet I know it's true. God damn it, wow.
Yeah.
I hate growing old. This is what we
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, what? I clicked GTA 5 and it put me on GTA 4's page.
Oh.
That's weird. That was weird. There we go. There's GTA 5, 2013.
Okay.
Thank you, computer. You screwed up on me there.
I was right. I guessed 2013.
Yeah. So yeah, because I typed it. I typed in GTA 5, and yet for some reason it loaded GTA 4's page on Wiki. So that's just how did the oh boy.
I'm actually. Oh, I wish I probably knew about this. I only knew about this game in the last century, and sadly it's a 2007 game. But
I like how you said the last century because that
would
means
have
up to
been-
2009. Sorry, 1999.
yeah. God damn it. I'm definitely gonna rewatch that next week.
But yeah, GTA 5 is ridiculous. Yeah, because okay, I don't know how up to date this statistic is, but it mentions that it's sold over 115 million copies and has made over $6 billion.
Blimey.
Yeah. It's crazy how much. Yeah, that is a ridiculous amount of money. But most of that is coming. A lot of that money comes from the microtransactions for GTA Online. So So.
Ooh, hell no! I don't want to look at comic colours.
Oh, talking about. Well, that's from before the last decade, so don't worry. Oh, here's another bad game that people should be taking lessons from. Mass Effect Andromeda.
Woo!
Yep. Another example of a rushed game. Oh. Oh, here's another good game from the last decade. God of War.
Yes.
The 20
And you might as well put Spider-Man.
I was going to come to that, yeah. Because the same year we also got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Those two were amazing games. And bear in mind, like for Spider-Man video games have been very, very not so well.
Yeah.
Yes, there had obviously been a few which were okay, but like, you know, video games based on movies and whatnot, or just standalone games based on the comics and whatnot, could be very hit and miss. But yeah, that Spider-Man game, that was amazing. And yeah, like I said, God of War, it gave... Like, I had no interest in the God of War franchise previously. Because it just didn't appeal to me, and yet the new one was just so interesting. Oops. I don't know. Maybe it was just the more sort of. I don't know. It was just something about the way they did it. Oh, how about a game that made a comeback after a bad start, or at least a not so good start? Wait, this person was called God Joe.
Joe?
Joe, what have you done? But no, like I'm saying, how about a game, like I said, that didn't get off to a very strong start, but is considered a really good game, well, a really popular game now. Siege.
Yeah?
Well, R6 Siege, but yeah.
I was wondering when you were going to bring up Siege, actually.
Because that made a big turnaround. Given it didn't get off to the best start in life.
What else? Splatoon!
Yes, that first Nintendo's it had been years since Nintendo had done a brand new IP, and yes, Splatoon's taken off like anything. So, I mean, the Bayonetta franchise
Oh, definitely.
has become sort of a fairly popular line. Even though we are still waiting for Bayonetta 3. Minecraft. Was that last decade?
Oh god. Now I have to remember when it came out of alpha. Oh no, I think it was 2010. It came out, I believe, in like 2009. But its proper release, I think, was in the last decade.
Do you want to quickly check that? Ouch.
Whoop. I mean, technically, the proper release is Minecraft Bedrock.
Yeah.
So I'll count it on that. 2011.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we mentioned Spider-Man, but let's not forget the other comic book company, and they've had a really good storming with a game series.
Batman?
Oh, hold on, let me just get him on the phone.
No!
No. I'm getting him on the phone.
No.
Just.
Hello, you're through to Batman.
Okay, Batman. We're doing a look back at games from the last decade, and we're talking about your series of games that came out the last decade. So, anything you sort of want to say?
Yeah, I'm Batman. And my games are awesome. Because I'm Batman. Batman out.
Okay.
Alright, yep.
But no, that wasn't it. I think it really did a good sense of, yeah, Batman in those games. You know, you actually do the sort of things you see him do in the cartoons and the comics in particular.
I think the only playthrough I've seen for the game is Arkham Asylum. And even though I know nothing about, well, I want to say I know nothing about Batman, but I've got...
Other than Martha.
Oh, but actually, no, a question did pop up. I think it was on the chase of
Who is Batman?
Something from Batman. And it was like, which of these villains wear a bowler hat? It is, of course, the Riddler.
Yep.
And I got that right. I got that a bit right. But I've also got like other previous questions that I've been on the chase about Batman. And I don't know how.
Yeah, but then if depending was that in the cache builder or the actual chase itself?
The actual chase, but I did say it before the options have popped up.
Okay, because I was gonna say it can be a little easier when you have options.
But it was just one of those things I instantly knew. But yeah.
Because a good one to make you question yourself is the Penguin.
Yes, because the Penguin did appear.
Yeah, because like he also dresses fairly smart.
Yeah, he has.
So that's what I mean. Like the Penguin is a good one for people who don't really know the Batman stuff to make them go, ooh. If they've seen enough, if they've seen bits, it could get them thinking like maybe it's that one because they wear a smart suit. So.
Yeah. But yeah, watching some people play through that game was pretty damn fun.
Yeah, I mean, and then obviously, yeah, Arkham Knight kind of got a bad reputation on the PC version.
Yeah. Was it because of the driving physics?
It just wouldn't work.
Oh my god.
The game wouldn't work. It was just again, it sort of highlighted a problem that the gaming industry had at the time.
Yeah.
Which was rush jobs for PC ports. Because it literally was, because the game was designed, was given a simultaneous release across PC and consoles.
Yeah.
And the game was not optimized at all for PC. So, yeah, it had just been rushed for the PC launch as an afterthought, because they built it for the consoles first. And like I say, that was sort of the problem with the industry at the time. They just didn't really give much thought or care to the PC versions. So... yeah.
It's generally bad when you think about it.
I mean, it was so bad the game had to be pulled from Steam.
Well,
yeah, it got delisted on Steam because of how bad it was on the PC port.
that's just a big yikes for me.
Yep.
Also, the amount of snoring that I'm hearing right now, which I think is in harmony from both cats, is...
How close are they?
Not that far enough to my mic so you can hear, but it is snoring.
No, I meant how close are they to each other?
Not that close.
Did Poppy get underneath or not?
Yeah, she's underneath it right now. It is you that's snoring, isn't it?
I like how you're asking Daisy as she's just like I sleep here, Human.
She's just sleeping.
Just let me sleep, Human.
Honestly, now trying to now think of even more games that I would. What year did you come? Hold on.
I mean, we have joked about one.
Sorry, I want to add Dishonored to the list of games from the decade.
Okay. I mean, like I said, there's one indie game we've kind of joked about a little bit, which should be on our
Untitled
list of
Crusade.
games. Yep. I think just
I-
because of just how
It's
the game is
ridiculous.
simple, but it's just how right it feels.
It's ridiculous, it's funny, it's simple, it's you basically being a goose
Yep.
and just doing what Isu, which is
Be a-holes.
basically. I mean, actually, if we're going into the indie game stuff, this is Meat Boy. That opened up an entire new door to, well.
I mean, yeah,
platforms.
obviously just continuing the mention say on indie. I mean, Bloodstained was a return for Metroidvania.
When did Binding of Isaac? I've never played it, but I know it's a really, really good game.
I have no idea.
It's a really, really, really much loved indie game. 2011, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love it.
What else do we have? That was the last decade. Oh, here's another shameful entry for the last decade. Metal Gear Survive. About how not to treat your franchises.
Yeah. I mean, Phantom Pain was a love.
Yeah, but obviously, yeah, Kojima left during its production, though. He wasn't gone yet. Well, when it started anyway. Well, at least the entire Metal Gear Solid 5 project anyway. So, actually, no, I think Phantom Pain, he was actually gone at that point, but I think they had, like the rest of the crew probably had enough of his notes and whatnot to actually do it.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, they still have the best thing in the credits ever. They spell out Hideo Kojima by lining up all their names in order to spell it out.
Beautiful.
And in the special thanks section. That's how to slide in a name that the company didn't want named.
Can you just imagine, like, millions of copies have been shipped out?
And then people are pointing it out and they're just like... well, bear in mind, they could have demanded it be patched.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were things that, they can patch things and whatnot.
Yeah.
So... Now, granted, the credits are a long bit to patch, but they could order it if they really wanted to. So... But yeah, Metal Gear Survive, a lesson in how not to treat your franchise and the fans of it. I mean, again, that basically can be said the same for Star Wars Battlefront 2. How not to treat the fans of a franchise. What else have I got on my shelf here at the minute? That was good. I mean, Bloodborne is a pretty decent game. I mean, yeah, it's a Souls-esque game, but it did what they could. They did sort of a thing to try and push it away from being like the rest of them.
Exactly. And I'll even say Sekiro deserves to be on there. Yes, I haven't played it, but
again, it's sort of them trying to do the genre in a different way.
Exactly.
What
else?
I'm just looking behind all this stuff. I would also give Watch Dogs 2 a good mention, because that was a good game. You know, it took all the faults of the first game and, you know, did what it could to fix it, and then obviously, you know, the good bits of the first game and just improved them. Which is what you do when you make a sequel where there was issues with the original.
Yeah.
You know, you find where people didn't like it and go, okay, we'll fix that and make a better game. What else is there? Oh yeah, honourable mention for Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Because it basically, like, again, it was sort of just it more is a game that heals the reputation of something, and it was a case of listen to the fan base and give them what they want. You know, we wanted a single-player, story-focused Star Wars game, and without any BS in it.
And you've got it.
Yeah, and again, like using like Souls-style game as a bit of inspiration for it really works. Because that really fits the Star Wars universe, especially when you're dealing with lightsabers. Given a lightsaber is able to decapitate your arm in a single hit. So, yeah, that's a valid one.
I mean, even though we technically haven't got a new Roller Coaster Tycoon game, but one that I can praise for coming out in the last decade is Planet Coaster. That is actually a glorious game. Yes, my computer cannot run it, but watching other people play it though gives me joy, the same way Roller Coaster Tycoon does. So it's done a good job. It really has. So yeah, I'll put that in an honourable mention as well.
I mean, these are all basically honourable mentions, well, honourable or dishonourable mentions anyway. What else?
Can I have this honourable mention Dark Souls 2?
Pardon?
Can I have this honourable mention Dark Souls 2?
I don't think it quite deserves what...
No, it doesn't, yeah.
Because, like, yeah, it wasn't as good as what came before it, but at the same time, they wanted to try something a bit different. Plus, they weren't intending, like, Dark Souls to be a continuing narrative.
No.
It was more a bit like how, when we first heard about Xenoblade X, it was just a spiritual sequel, not a, you know, story sequel. Because obviously there was that thing when Xenoblade X came out of like, what? How is this a second game? And it was just sharing the name because it took a lot of elements from the previous. Which is, well, in a way you could say, because Dark Souls, it still had souls in its name, because it was taking a lot from what came before it.
Yeah.
And Dark Souls 2 was just continuing to build on like the big changes that Dark Souls 1 did. So I think that's the way to sort of keep it, because it did implement some changes that were for the better of the franchise.
I mean, I also want to point out, as much as I normally say that I do dislike Dark Souls 2.
I mean, most people
Yeah.
say that anyway.
It does have interesting gameplay, story, DLC. Wanna go that far?
Yeah, I mean, like, it has some cool things that were done in it. It was just,
Yeah.
I think, like the biggest set thing that people it is just that death penalty system
I really dislike
and the BS multiplayer.
that. It is so bad.
The fact you can be invaded when you're not human is so annoying, especially when it's you got invaded and then die. Okay, I've respawned. Oh wait, I'm already re-invaded and I'm dead already. Oh great, there goes all those souls. I didn't even get an opportunity to be allowed to go and get them.
Yep.
Oh wait, they're back again. And that day. That one day. Being constantly invaded by the same 2-3 people for an hour.
I remember how
Or maybe like an hour and a half, but
frustrating
yeah, that. The day I nearly quit playing DS2. That was so irritating. I mean, I get the idea of the health penalty to sort of try and push you to being human and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which I think, yeah, they obviously that was a much better implemented thing in Dark Souls 3. That, yeah, there is a, like, it's just a bonus, not a penalty for not when you're embered.
Yeah.
Because, you know, yeah, you ember up to get the 33% health bonus, but the consequence is you are opening yourself to invasion.
Pretty much.
Where, obviously, when you're not embered, that's your true maximum health. And that was a much better way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, then there was the whole no longer having to worry about trying to kindle bonfires to upgrade your Estus.
Incest.
Just what else? What else is there? But yeah, like then, like, you know, the fact that they, what was it? Oh yeah, they did a good amount to try and nerf how OP pyromancy was. By tying pyromancy to being requiring special item for leveling up your pyromancy flame.
Yeah.
Granted, in DS3 they changed it to just be Titanite. But because, you know, Titanite, you had to get to certain parts of the game to unlock, basically, well, to start being able to find certain Titanite.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
I'm gonna put this as an honourable mention and an honourable dismention.
Well, dishonourable.
Yeah, dishonourable mention. It's so.
There you cut.
That's what I paused. The reason why I'm considering it as both, because I'm a massive game of this. Sorry, I'm a massive fan of this game series, but I do hate what they do. And
That
it
is?
a guilty pleasure of mine. Sims 4.
Oh yeah. I
love
mean, it's
Sims
EA.
4.
What did you expect?
Yeah, I can spend hours just playing The Sims. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 4, because I do like both of them more than others. But what I dislike about them is that DLC costs almost a new game to buy. And it's not
Again,
even-
like I was saying, it's EA. What did you
Yeah,
expect?
It's the. Apart from that, yeah, it's a much loved game, and
Because they remember, got to bear in mind what they did to Dead Space.
yeah,
They changed it from survival horror to, oh yeah, it's now just a generic third-person shooter with microtransactions to upgrade your equipment quicker.
woohoo! Not really.
Yep. And then they just ruined the development studio. All because EA didn't like the fact that the single player Star Wars game they were creating. Because EA being like the big people that were like, nah, no one wants single player games. Then EA last year, well actually 2018, yeah, you all want a single player game. Here, have a Star Wars game. Which is kind of funny at the same time.
It is pretty funny.
It's like, now all our games are going to be multiplayer. Oh wait, single player, what's a single player game? Okay, here's a dishonourable mention.
Okay.
Now, it's a collection of games. Every single sports game over the last decade.
I totally agree.
The licensed sports games in particular.
Yep.
Because they are probably the biggest offenders for popularising microtransactions and the like. Because they normalised it in the sports games and now it's trying to push it over into all the other games.
I mean, people that are a sucker for the FIFA games, yeah, it's just the same old crap, different number added onto the end of the game and maybe improved graphics here and there.
Yeah. And then it's just the rosters updated.
Yep.
Which they
And
could
that's-
do via patches.
Yep. But nope, they need to pay £60 or £50.
Well, £50 or $60, yeah. In order to, and then bear in mind, all those features they strip out one year and then bring it back a few years later, like, look at this brand new thing! And people get hyped because, like, oh yes, this is the best thing to be added to the game, and it's just like, that was in like 3 games ago, and they took it out.
I want to add, since we talk about things that do that, I kind of want to add Call of Duty to that dishonorable mention. Yes, I know there's many Call of Duties, but...
Can we particularly say Black Ops?
Yeah.
Because it got rid of the single player. And then can we also give another dishonourable mention to Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered?
Yeah.
A remaster of a game that they then sold for full price and put microtransactions in.
Ooh,
Oh, and you had to buy all the DLC again separately. That in a remaster.
Yep. I also have... Oh, I have another dishonorable mention.
Okay.
Roller Coaster Tycoon on Switch.
Yep. That'll be... Yeah, because that was just the mobile game.
Just mentioning that.
And
makes
the
my
fact
blood
that they
boil.
went on to crowdfunding to do that. It
No.
says effing Atari. Atari. Going out and saying crowdfund a game.
I adore. Honestly, when I heard that, oh, we might be getting Roller Coaster Tycoon on Switch, I went, oh yes, I absolutely adore Roller Coaster Tycoon. Which one is it going to be? 1, 2, 3?
Well, they
Maybe
didn't
a
say
combination
what
of
it
all
was going to
3?
be for a long time.
Yeah.
Because it was just literally, they've... Yeah, Atari were like, yeah, we're going to bring all it was like, we're going to bring the Roller Coaster Tycoon franchise onto the Switch. Then it was like, then there was the reveal of, oh yeah, we're going to want you to crowdfund this.
I
Yeah,
remember
on
being-
Kickstarter. That's the thing I was trying to remember the other week.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, on Kickstarter, it was like, yeah, can you fund it here, please? And then, only after a few weeks, of, very close to the Kickstarter's ending, did they then reveal that, yeah, even though we made a lot of money off the Kickstarter, it's just going to be the mobile game.
That made me so angry.
Oh, it made a lot of people angry, because they were backing under the assumption that it was either going to be a very heavy modification or a brand new title. Just like one they done, like how EA did those Sims variants just for Nintendo.
Oh, I love Randomizing series.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then obviously people were still a bit annoyed that it was being crowdfunded in the first place.
I mean, I was all for it. I was so excited because I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
but
God,
hold on.
Rollercoaster Tycoon.
We are
No,
talking
no.
about Atari.
Yeah, I know. It was about, it's like, oh my God, yes, Rollercoaster Tycoon coming to Switch. That is literally any Tycoon fan's dream. And then, oh yeah, we're doing a crowdfund. I went, no, you're not getting my money. No, you're not. No.
Just seeing. Atari. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Atari are mostly focused on gambling nowadays anyway.
Oh my.
Yeah, so here we are. In June 2014, Atari announced a new corporate strategy that would focus on specifically LGBT social casinos, real money gambling, and YouTube.
Wow.
Yep. I just...
As much as I love the Rollercoaster Tycoon games, I'm actually now ashamed I haven't given them my money in the first. Oh, I say my money.
Yeah, it's that's ridiculous.
I mean, yes, the LGBT part. Okay. Casinos. No. 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 Wow. Wow.
Okay, maybe it wasn't Atari that was asking, because apparently the... Oh no, Atari is the present one, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I do know, I think they are run underneath a different... Somebody else...
Oh no, it wasn't, sorry, it wasn't, so the crowdfunding was done by Start Engine, not... Okay. But yeah, it...
Because I believe they sold Rollercoaster Tycoon, Atari did.
Yeah, they're just the publishers.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, sorry, I was wrong, it wasn't, Kickstarter they went on, it was Start Engine. Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, they went... Yeah, seeking crowdfunding via the Start Engine platform to develop a new game in the series. Rollercoaster Tycoon Adventures is an adaptation of Rollercoaster Tycoon Touch. Yep. Again, they have to question the fact they needed to go there where the studio is owned by Atari.
I never felt so disappointed and let down in my life when I heard about that.
Yeah. Yeah, released on Nintendo Switch in 2018, and then Windows via Epic in 2019. I won't be surprised if it's already been a free game on Epic.
And honestly, yeah, I agree. Oh, I'm not Epic. I want to add to the honourable Dauntless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Just say one thing about Planet Coaster. It had a few ex-employees who worked on the early Roller Coaster Tycoon games work on it.
Yes! That's probably why I like it a lot. It's just a shame I can't run it on my PC.
Oh geez, in 2010, Sony got licensed to make a film adaptation.
Of Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yes. That was 2010.
I feel sick suddenly disappear into the no into the nearest pond to drown.
Yeah,
Oh, I've actually watched that film. That's sad.
That's just... But, yeah, like, Oh, jeez. But like, so that was back in 2010.
Yeah.
See, I want to look at one thing now.
Oh.
Atari Financials 2017. I am so interested in how well they did with their finances for the 2017 period.
Is that when they released it?
Well, that would have been when they did the funding.
Oh.
Because, like I said, it came out in 2018. So this is this was April 2017 to March 2018.
I'm actually now genuinely curious about something. Since you mentioned it on there. I'm just checking our favourite place.
Financial statements. So... Okay. In all fairness, I do not understand the income. Here we go.
No.
What? What?
Why?
Susie?
Okay, so CEX are selling this for 33 quid.
Selling what for 33 quid?
Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures.
Oh. Yeah, but anyway. So, Atari made 1.4 million euros in profit in the 2017 period. That's the profit because, yeah, they made a total of 13.8 million before costs. That seems weird, like that low.
Wow.
I mean, that seems low, but at the same time, that doesn't seem right. And this is, unless this is actually just the financials for Atari Europe. Bear in mind, I do not understand. I don't understand of reading this. But yeah, basically, they do seem to have made a lot of money anyway in that year. So yeah, again, it's not like Atari were really hurting for the money to do it.
No.
I wonder how long it will be until EA, Ubisoft, Activision try doing that themselves.
Sims 5.
Or even
Assassin's Creed.
Oh no, Konami's probably the next one to do it.
Jesus.
Just like, yeah, fund the next Metal Gear game.
I see that actually happening, and it's sad.
Or any other franchise that you loved.
Say goodbye to your much loved franchise. Bye.
I mean, they kind of already did that. But yeah, you wanted that really awesome looking Silent Hills game? Nope. Okay, now look, we'll bring it back if you crowdfund it. And then they charge you for new lives after you die.
No. Plot twist. It is the exact same as the PS1 era. Is it was PS1?
I don't know. I just know everyone loved that demo that they did for, when it was just PT.
Yeah.
Which was Guillermo del Toro running it.
They honestly just released it, but it's just the PS1 game.
Remastered.
Yeah, not even remastered. It's just that.
Ooh, no, I think that really would be called out. No, they'd at least neaten it up. They just give it a digital enhancement. Yeah.
You can see them doing it.
You can see them pulling off some major.
Something like.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, that is it today.
Oh, blimey, is it?
Yeah.
We've been talking about games on the second for 2 hours and I haven't known.
Hey, that's good then.
That is actually really good.
For once, I wasn't driven to, I don't know,
Insanity.
yeah. And shoving my head in a cupboard which smells of glue but doesn't smell of glue at the moment because there isn't any in there. Don't do that, kids. It's really not good for you.
Don't do that.
So, yeah. So yeah, back tomorrow with Dark Souls 3 as we continue through the first of its DLCs.
Yay!
How many more times is Susie gonna kill me?
I hope not a lot. I don't like it when I actually. I'm messing up my words, but I
Okay.
know what I want to
Yeah,
say.
well. But anyway, yep. Follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube as normal, and like, yeah, no, if you're always welcome to leave comments and whatnot. Like, yeah. And yeah, just maybe give like your highlights of the last decade down, if you're watching this on YouTube in particular, just down below in the comments, because see what you liked and disliked from it. And here's to another 10 years of gaming.
Exactly.
Providing the industry doesn't implode on itself because someone does something really, really stupid.
EA.
Hmm.
Oh
well.
God. Maybe
No,
just
no.
bet who would be the corporation to cause that?
Totally Not Evil Corporation Incorporated.
Yeah, that's true. Good night.